Hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you come across this video. Thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with me. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. Everyone who's booking, making purchases off the website, pledges to the Patreon, sending things to the PO box, purchases off the wish list, tipping the Clarista, and I don't know. Did I get them all? Thank you. Just thank you for existing and supporting me and loving each other. Let me just wrap that up in a bow. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, okay. I hope you all are well. Let's dive in. I don't have an overall energy. We're actually going to do the 6-card spread. Okay. So yeah, I don't have an overall energy. This is where I'm going to go ahead and put in my sponsorship here. Sometimes life brings questions. Questions about love, questions about career, questions about your life journey, and sometimes we just need a little clarity. And that is where my new sponsor, Psychic Source, comes in. Psychic Source has been around for over 35 years, connecting people like you with trusted, compassionate advisors to bring through insights and guidance that they need at this time. One of the things that I loved or that stood out to me with Psychic Source was that not only do they care about their customers, but they also care about their employees as well as the world. They donate 1% of all proceeds to a good cause through their kindness initiative. I had a chance to experience the whole experience and talk to a psychic advisor, and I left feeling far more confident than I did like walking into it. She was able to pull on a recent dream that I had, and the craziness of it, and help me find clarity through that. She recognized that I was going through a purge and that I was going through a kind of like a rebranding, if you will. She was also able to give me like kind of a little bit of clarity on a direction that I'm headed in, and she even was able to like give like dates type energy, as well as like a couple names she pulled out. So it was very good. Like I said, I left feeling a lot more confident than I did going in, just about the direction that I'm headed in. And I didn't ask her any questions. This was all just, I just asked her, what do you got? And she just came, pulled all this stuff, and it was very good. It was very good. So with all that being said, I'm excited to share that Psychic Source is offering an incredible deal for my viewers, you guys. Okay, new customers can get up to 40 minutes with one of their advisors for just $19.80. That's a value up to $240, okay? You can get the deal through the link in the description box below using the keyword Corie, C-O-R-I-E, or you can go to trypsychicsource.com/Corie. There's never been a better time to experience true connection. And yeah, and then let's get started, okay? All right, what is the collective energy? Collective energy, please. One card for the collective energy. Ooh, message in a bottle. I always hear that song when I see this card. You may be getting some sort of good news, giving some sort of good news. You may be getting lots of downloads, okay? Your current energy, though, you may be the one giving some sort of good news. You could be talking a lot. I don't know. I hesitate. Like, why are you doing that? It could be that you're delivering some sort of message, or, okay, you could be receiving some sort of message. I don't know. But this is your current energy. We'll dive deeper. All right? Okay. Excuse me. So sorry. Still kind of overcoming that little cold here. Okay, what's leaving? What's leaving for the collective? What is leaving? I knew this was going to come out. This orphaned energy. This is either someone that, this could be you too. You could be leaving a situation that maybe you realize is like, I don't know, not for you. right? Not aligned for you, something that makes you feel some type of way, right? But also, too, this could be an energy of this orphaned energy, kind of feeling left out, feeling sad, feeling heartbroken, maybe abandoned, unclear, uncertain, that type of energy. This is leaving, okay? This could, like I said, this could also be somebody who is in this energy, okay? I'm picking up on somebody who maybe isn't really inclined to do the internal work. They just want to sit in their sorrow, okay? They want to sit in their sorrow. This person's leaving, okay? All right, what's coming for the collective? Lots is coming. Ooh, all that glitters, and then we have this observer. Okay, so this could go several different ways here. Okay, but there may be coming something, something maybe coming, someone or something may be coming towards you here. Somebody that has been observing you. Okay, and you may need to observe that this person. There's something about this that's not. They may be glittery, it may be sparkly, it may be exciting, but this is also, too, an energy where you may have kind of released some sort of attachment, or, there's something about like material things, the material world, something like that. You may have released some sort of attachment to those things, or um, and it's almost like those things are actually, it's like once you let go, right, you release some sort of attachment, then whatever it is kind of chases you. That's kind of this energy here. Yeah, we have here now Treasure Island. Exactly. Okay. Something to look forward to for the collective. There is somebody, though, that's been observing for quite some time. Okay, um, and I don't know. It feels like a fox. Okay, um, yeah, it feels like somebody who is maybe trying to come up with some sort of strategy or plan something, or the foxes are little slick ricks, right? There's something about that, right, where somebody may have been observing for quite some time, to show up in a certain way here, okay? Okay, something to look forward to, though. We have this, like, by the book with this milk and honey, though, right? And it's funny because it's like you're maybe coming out of some sort of desert, desolate energy, dry energy, stagnant energy. I don't think it was really stagnant because they're moving, but coming into this milk and honey energy, right? Um, Look, it's also an elephant on that. So yeah, there's something. There's also something about some sort of remembrance here. Okay, but it's like I feel like, especially with this, you're leading either other people or your children or something to this energy here. Also, too, it's kind of crazy because there's something about, see how, like, on the bottom of this card, it almost looks like this tablecloth. There's the same pattern in the desert, right? So there's something about, like, it's almost like an illusion being removed, right? Like, it's almost like this desert was not real, you know? Like a figment of your imagination or something here. It may have felt very real, right? It may have, been very real, but it's like, but it was like I said, like a figment of your imagination, or, um, aligned with your belief systems or things like that here. Okay, what's healing? What's healing? Soulmates. Interesting. Interesting. So this could be connections with people, relationships. There could be some relationships that are healing. Um, together, and these soulmates don't have to be romantic. Could be. But yeah, so something about soulmates, healing, okay? And what's imperative for the collective to know? What's imperative for the collective to know? Loyal heart. Interesting. Okay, so it's either that you have a loyal heart. Some of you maybe, I don't know, there's somebody maybe going through some sort of like imposter syndrome, and wondering like, am I the bad person here? No. No. Okay. Um, yeah. Interesting. Okay. So let's go a little deeper, shall we? Actual money coming out. So money may be looking good or feeling good or flowing or something like that. I don't know. They reminded me yesterday, my right hand started itching, right? My right palm. And that always is like the receiving. So I feel like there could definitely be some sort of money coming in here, okay? Tell me about this collective energy with this message in a bottle. What is this? What is this collective energy, message in a bottle? Yeah, I just heard the nun's voice in her head where she says, right now. Not everyone listens to the nun, but it's like I heard her voice. Some of you are receiving some sort of message from someone. Maybe the rich guy is showing up here, okay? Interesting. We have expectation, rich guy with evil eye. So what is, let me get one more on this. Abuse, confusion, illusion. Right, they're drawing me back over to that desert here with the third party and the love spell. What is this expectation? What is this expectation here? I can't help but feel like somebody was expecting to get rich here. I also feel like somebody was expecting for you to accept some type of bare minimum here. There's like this energy of it's almost like, maybe somebody, I don't know, there's like this energy. I don't know if this person was sent to you or something like that. And you could be getting a message about that, right? Somebody could have been sent your way. And it's like, because this person may have showed up as like a nice guy, or like maybe this person was wealthy, or maybe this, I feel like somebody just expected you to be like, oh yeah, yeah. We've picked up on that quite a bit here. Yeah, and I feel like, interesting. Okay, we'll go further into it. We'll figure it out. Okay, what's leaving with this orphaned energy? What's leaving for the collective with this orphaned energy? Travel came up. Something's really leaving. Like, really leaving. Okay, we have work, labor, and efforts here coming out. We have soulmate. Yeah, somebody also could be leaving, an energy that feels like the victim, right? I was kind of picking up on that as well. It's like, not to like belittle anyone's experience, right? You're allowed to feel a certain way, but it's like nothing will change if you don't pull yourself out of that mentality of I'm the victim here, right? And that's where I feel like somebody could be leaving somebody like that, okay? Or you could be leaving somebody like that, or there's somebody like that that could be leaving here. Some sort of karma also. Um, yeah, there's that energy too where you could have been going through a time where you were paying off some sort of karmic debt here, okay? You could have been working really hard on this. And it's like that is leaving, right? This karmic debt is paid, okay? Like there's something like that here. Whoa, sorry guys, I just had like an aha moment in my own personal journey. That's very funny. Oh, fuck. Sorry, you scared me too. I wasn't even looking at you. Hold on, guys. You guys, I forgot to hit unpause, and I had like recorded, but I'm gonna go with it. Okay, so tell me about this observer and all that glitters here. Tell me about this observer and the all that glitters on the something to look. No, what's coming for the collective?
All done.
Okay, I'll come check. Okay, so I kind of understand why things, because I needed to understand kind of what was happening. There is some sort of like unexpected like money or something like that that's showing up, but I feel like it feels like it's like you had to go through certain things in order to do the right thing with this, whatever this is, right? Like it feels like, hold on. We are going to get this recorded, okay? We are. And there could be something about the distractions or like, you know what I mean? Like things like that. But anyways, there's something about, yeah, because we have this unexpected money coming here, right? And yeah, and I feel like there's something about, again, it's because you had, remember in the beginning I was talking about how, like, maybe you had, like, kind of really detached from, like, material things, right? Um, you kind of released any type of attachment or any type, things like that here. And It feels like, or even like, we have divination here kind of coming out. But yeah, it feels like divine feminine here. Yeah, something's coming to you now because you are in the energy to like do what's right with it. You know what I mean? You know? Okay, tell me more about this. Okay, yeah, we have this manifestation here. Yeah, with this, what's coming. There could be some sort of communication coming from either, whoa, excuse me. I wanted to say a fire sign masculine, but it's an air sign or an earth sign masculine. Not a lot of water energy here, okay? Um, Tell me more. Ooh, we have a nice queen. So we have a nice king and we have a nice queen on this what's coming here. Third party. Yeah, somebody could be coming to, like, again, it's like tempt you with something that maybe it's like, you know, it glitters, right? But you have discernment, and so you're able to see that it's probably not gold. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. There's something about that. Yeah, this is like two people trying to manifest some sort of third party, putting you in some sort of third party situation so that maybe because they know that you have paid off your karmic debt or something like that, right? So they're trying to create more. Maui, shh, but you're protected from this, says Maui. hmm Collective, I'm not sure what you're doing, but you have people even like, you know, priests and pastors and people in high places that are jealous and envious of your honor here, okay? Your high honor in the spirit. All right? So tell me about this, something to look forward to with the By the Book and the Milk and Honey. Okay, family. I like that. Oh. Some people in your family may be going through some sort of health concerns. I don't know why that would be something to look forward to, but there may be some people in your family that are ascending here. All that work, spinning in circles to get up here on this bed, and now he just jumped down to go be nosy. There's something significant about that, okay? There's something significant about that. All right? Uh, don't do that. Okay. Oh, and then we have this like, so some of you could have been experiencing some sort of health concerns. Okay? Some sort of sickness or illness or something like that, but you're coming out as this like priestess, this ascending priestess energy. So that makes me feel like it's like, with this something to look forward to. Maybe this, whatever it was that you were going through, is just um, helping you to ascend, helping you to align, helping you to purge into this energy here. Okay? There is something about family here, something to look forward to when it comes to family. Oh, hold on. Again, with the interruptions, and that one was odd because usually Zyla won't. She's in the other room. She'll just like either text me or come get me or whatever for her to call. Right? There's something very significant about wanting to get your attention or pull you back into some sort of, like I said, some sort of karmic debt, because I feel like you've been working really hard on that
feel like you've been working really hard on yourself and ascending, and you are coming into some sort of, you know, priestess energy here, whoever this reading is for, okay? Um, okay, tell me about this soulmate with this, what's healing for the collective, what's healing on the soulmates? We have relationship. Relationships are healing here. There's some relationships that are under some sort of judgment as well. Yeah, we have protection with love offer here. There's something about when it comes to connecting with certain people, right? Like, it's like there are some people that you will connect with, right? And you wind up in a situation where maybe you feel imprisoned, or, you know, these lower vibrational energies, you get all caught up in it, right? And this may have been kind of something that happened, you know, in the past. And this is, I feel like this is what, there's something about the way that you, those that you kind of allow in your space, right? There's something about relationships in general. What's healthy, what's not healthy. Because I have a feeling that you could have been taught, you know, or, you know, you watched, or there was on display some pretty unhealthy dynamics, or you were a part of as a childhood and didn't understand any better, right? And so you may have attracted these type of situations that wound you in this kind of energy here, right? Or this third party for some of you, or, you know, but again, it's like, because you've been, this is healing. There's some sort of recognition, especially when it comes to discernment, it comes to people, it comes to allowing people into your life, right? There's something healing when it comes to people pleasing, right? I heard, just because you like me doesn't mean that I have to like you. I don't know who needed to hear that, but just because somebody likes you doesn't mean that you have to like them, whether it's romantic or not. It's not an obligation, okay? You are not responsible for somebody else's feelings. And that could have been something that kind of got you trapped up in these connections here, right? Thing is I feel like with your protection and stuff like that, you came out, right? There was ascending, there was, you know, I mean, I do feel like you're maybe ascending past some certain family members of yourself, or of yourself. Interesting. But yeah, this is what's healing. It's like the relationship dynamics, I feel like. Also judging other people, maybe. It's just something about your connection with others, right? Relationships with people, you know, that type of thing here. There's also like a defensive energy, right? There's something about knowing that you are safe, right? Allowing the divine to protect you, but show up in these different dynamics as you're being called to do so, right? Sometimes if you bear the light, you are sent into the darkness, okay? And there is a, you know, a level of trust that you're developing here, to do this without hesitation, right? To know, okay, yeah, the divine's got me. I can walk in here. I'm my own light. I can see clearly, right? And I'm just walking in here to see if anybody else wants to come back out with me. You know, that type of energy here. Okay. Tell me about this, what's imperative for you to know on this loyal heart for the collective. Okay, so somebody could be showing up as somebody who is appearing as loyal, but really they're just obsessed. Okay, but this is coming to an end. This is also, you know, again, it's like an obsession. Attracting this obsessive type of energy is also coming to an end. Okay, it's imperative for you to know that you are attracting loyal energies, not people that are obsessed with, ending things for you. Not people that are obsessed with manifesting third party situations or keeping you in some sort of like karmic something or other. Okay? Hmm. Something about clearing your head. Some of you need to like clear your head here. So I don't know if it's like, you know, but because there's something that it's like there's something that's not getting through or that you're not seeing correctly, but it's like the moment that you kind of clear your head, clear your space type of energy, things start making a little bit more sense here. Okay? I don't know why there's somebody that's surprised that you were in this North Node energy and that you've like grown up. I don't know why, but there is somebody that's very surprised by that. Um, hmm. Yeah, but I don't think that you are bothered. I don't know. Yeah. All right. Let's see. We're at 29 minutes. Okay, let's get some final messages about this. So basically, it feels like, okay, that they're taking me back to this message in a bottle with that clearing your head type of energy of like, there may be certain people here um, that you may be understanding. Um, because differently, because it's like you're clearing your head or you've cleared your head or something like that. Hmm. Okay. It's kind of a lot going on here. Oh, but this is justice, right? This is justice. This is the scales balancing out, right? And going back to that, like, karmic, paying off some sort of karmic debt or some sort of karmic balance here, okay? Yeah, some of you may have been really going through it here, but it's because you were paying off some sort of karmic debt, whether it be from this lifetime or another lifetime. And we all make mistakes and things, and we never really know how, it's going to show back up, right? But there's something about the scales being balanced, right? It feels like you're coming out of this energy, right? Like, as in, the scales have been balanced. There are some people that are trying to keep you in a space of like generating karma, right? Reaccumulating karma. But yeah. Tell me more. This is justice. Yeah, you don't see something coming. There's something coming. Okay. Now, either this Five of Cups energy, okay, because that you're having justice over, okay, it's this Five of Cups energy, right? Feeling left out, feeling sad, feeling, I'm also hearing burdened, maybe abandoned here or helpless, or again, it's kind of like that victim mentality here, but there's, You know, again, I feel like you've been working really hard on pulling yourself out of that energy, and you've successfully done so. And there's something with the moon coming out here, there's something very exciting, some sort of partnership, collaboration, or something. 10 of Cups here. It does include two energies. Okay, this is not something that you're going to be doing on your own. I don't feel. Okay, this could be a family coming together. This could be like some sort of work partnership here. Okay, yeah, you don't see this coming, but it's coming because the scales have been balanced here. Okay. Yeah, it's like you've paid off some, like I said, some sort of karmic debt, or you've healed something, or you have, you know, yeah, yeah, the Three of Swords with the Devil and the Four of Swords, right? This is like, what's that song? Playing with the devil. I don't know. It's a feminine energy. It's a feminine voice. Um, Walking side by side, and not that say that any of you were doing that, right? But it is to say that, the devil does represent like restrictions. Sorry, I'm just looking up this song. Restrictions. Yeah, the song's called Me and the Devil. It came to mind. I've never really listened to that song too much, but again, it's like, with this Three of Swords, the Devil, and the Four of Swords, right? This is putting something to rest. This is taking some sort of leap of faith to end some sort of, again, it could have been restrictions. It could have been temptations that cause, that would, there was some sort of third party here, okay, to your path, to your journey, maybe to this connection, to something like that, right? And this devil could have been a person. It could have been beliefs. It could have been limitations. It could have been habits, temptations. You know what I'm saying? All these different things, right? But it's like this is being put to rest here, okay? Um, because again, justice is here. Like the scales have been balanced. You've done something to balance these scales. Yeah, I feel like somebody's paid somebody to come towards you, or they're going to be paying somebody to come towards you. Which seems crazy, but it's like trying to keep you in some sort of, yeah, the magician here is trying to keep you in some sort of cycle, in some sort of third party loop, right? Creating some sort of karmic debt or something like that. But you're protected from this. Yeah, this is somebody who's like dumped a lot of money and trying to cause some type of burdens for you. Okay? Like a lot of money. So this could also be an energy, right? That maybe you didn't know was, me and the devil, right? Walking side by side. Interesting. Yeah, it's by Soap and Skin. You should listen to that song. But this feels like somebody that maybe also it's interesting that it came up because she's talking about when you knocked upon my door and I say hello, Satan. I believe it's time to go. So there is maybe somebody coming to collect, an energy coming to collect here. Yeah, maybe this Queen of Wands energy. This person could drink a lot, or maybe there's some sort of substance or something other, or maybe you had some substance abuse problems. Been there, done that. You're not alone. Okay, if you're sober, I'm proud of you. Keep it up. Okay, even if you're not sober, I'm also proud of you. Okay, um, whoever needed to hear that. Okay, um, and I've told this story a million times, and I'll tell it until I'm blue in the face, but in my experience, a lot of my addictions have just kind of fallen off as I've done the internal work, right? I'm no longer whatever it was that had me reaching for something outside of me to cope or to numb or to satisfy or to fill a void, right? As I healed those things, the desire for those outside things just fell away. It literally just fell off. Like wake up one day and it's like I don't have no desire for that anymore. Time to move on. So that might be helpful for somebody. Um, discipline is also important when it comes to that. But yes. All right. Right. The Wheel of Fortune. Coming out on that moon here. Exactly. The wheel is spinning. There's some things that are happening. When the wheel shows up, the Wheel of Fortune. This is like the divine moving. This is God moving. This is the universe. It's just you really don't have a whole lot of say in this type of energy, right? Um, and basically, when the wheel starts spinning, you better hope that you planted some good ass seeds. And I believe, collected, that you planted some good ass seeds. Okay? For sure. Yeah, there's some sort of collaboration, partnership, something here, okay? And money looks real good. Here's that 10 of Cups with that 2 of Cups. That could be like that windfall of money that I was talking about, that unexpected money, right? That I feel like you've aligned with, right? Maybe it's had your name on it for quite some time and it could have been held back from you or something like that. But ultimately, you needed to align with it so that you would do the right thing with it, right? That's it. That's, you know, why is the Five of Swords on that Eight of Pentacles? This could have been like competition, some sort of combativeness. Yeah, look, we have the Sun with the Seven of Swords. This is like some sort of illusion, some sort of, somebody taking or lying. With the Five of Swords here, there's something that could have been going on spiritually or mentally or something like that, right? Um, that's being made very clear here. And that's going back to that message in a bottle, right? There's like a deeper understanding of yeah, if some of you have some sort of inheritance here or some sort of windfall of money that's been held back from you here, somebody has been taking from it. Okay, they will experience legal issues because of that. Okay, they probably thought that you would never get it and that they could eventually just, take over. But no, they've been taken, and this is being made clear here. Okay. Also, too, there's the source of some sort of dispute or this type of energy or something like that is also being made clear. Okay, so if people were, kind of I want to say like combative towards maybe something that you were working on, whether it be just yourself, your life, your business, something like that. You've been working really hard, and there's like this combative energy of like trying to come in between that or get you stuck or something like that. This whoever that is also being made clear. A lot of you already know who this is. Something about maybe a cousin. Um, could be a masculine. Could also be a feminine. But for some reason, I feel like, especially with the sun coming out here, the sun talks about childhood, right? It talks about children. You could have known this person since you were, a child. Hmm. Okay. Tell me more. Somebody who maybe thought that they were going to try to bring you down a level here was actually, they were a knight and now they're a page. So they were actually knocked down. Okay. A lot of Gemini energy here. I don't usually call signs, but it's very present. King of Swords, the Lovers. Could also be Taurus. Um, the Seven of Pentacles here. What's this Page of Pentacles? Seven of Cups. Yeah, somebody. It's like they pay people or something like that to send your way here, okay? Or they try to manifest, like that you attract third party situations to cause confusion about who your person is, right? Because there could definitely be some sort of soulmate situation that's healing here, okay? Right? Because we talked about that. Yeah. Some of you, it's like you walked a whole path. It's like, you could have really been kind of in the past, right? The devil kind of talking about South Node energy, right? Um, and this brought in a lot of betrayal, a lot of wounding, a lot of things like that here. But you're coming out on the other side as this Queen of Swords and this Empress energy here. Okay. So there's been some sort of, it feels like your karmic debt is like, justice has been restored, the scales have been balanced when it comes to that, right? Um, but yeah, there is some sort of unexpected windfall or finances coming towards you again. Um, yeah, somebody from the past, maybe a very wealthy person invested in you or something like that. Um, and it's like you've done whatever you needed to do to align to this. And I have a feeling it's going to be showing up here. Okay? All right, my dears. I love you so much. If you need anything from me, that's in the description box below. And we'll talk later.